Hello everybody, welcome back to this your tropical update for August 26th. We're watching an area of interest over the eastern Caribbean Sea as well as an area of interest located over the central Atlantic Ocean, kind of eastern Atlantic Ocean, with two tropical waves that are kind of merging together in a big gyre system. We'll take a closer look at that here in a second, but just while we're on the satellite, you can see this one area with a lot of convection, this one area with a little less, but the rotation's kind of towards the center, although there is a decent mid-level center over here on that first one. So, but the thing is, nothing's going to form until the two are together because the two are so close together. So that's kind of how that's going to work. The first area of interest located over the eastern Caribbean Sea, we could see impacts in Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and the Yucatan here in the next 5 days or so. At this point, the National Hurricane Center only saying a 20% chance of formation, not insanely great. The main message with this one I want to say is it's going to move westward, generally speaking. As it gains strength, it's going to gain latitude, so it's going to start heading more northwestward. It could split that gap between the Yucatan and Cuba if it intensifies quick enough and early enough in its life cycle. Otherwise, it might dissipate out and just head into the eastern Pacific, where it could eventually generate something there. Over the eastern Atlantic, we're also watching that tropical wave. It is generally expected to develop. It's just a matter of time, and it might take a little bit for that large system to consolidate into some sort of tropical cyclone. So we do have a little bit of time on that one. National Hurricane Center is saying a 30% chance within 5 days. Here's the impact map. As I mentioned, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, and Honduras. That was wrong on the previous slide. Nicaragua and Honduras, and also the Yucatan, need to be keeping an eye on the progress of that first area of interest. And although I don't have it marked, maybe the northern parts of the Lesser Antilles, including portions of the Virgin Islands, need to keep an eye on that second area of interest. Here's the European model. I drew circles around the areas of interest, so hopefully that helps you guys a little bit. The Caribbean area of interest expected to develop near the Yucatan. Here on the European model, not a lot of support and very scattered in terms of where it develops. Like I mentioned, it could form over in the eastern Pacific as well. That Atlantic area of interest generally expected to develop down south as well, towards the Virgin Isles and the northern Lesser Antilles, again, depending on its strength. But generally, that's a pretty strong signal there. The tropical wave behind this one also with a decent signal, and another tropical wave also with a decent signal. Again, this is 7 days from now. A GFS model showing much the same thing, not quite a big signal, as big of a signal on those two tropical waves, but over in the Caribbean, it has it shooting the gap between the Yucatan and Cuba, heading into the Gulf of Mexico in many of the models, and a lot more model support for the development of that system. As for the Atlantic tropical wave, it's a much slower development. As you see, it's located over the open Atlantic rather than closer to the islands there. And then the following tropical waves, very disorganized and unpredictable future. But that's why I'm here, is to hopefully kind of narrow it down. So anyways, no matter the event of what exactly happens with these storms, we do have two areas of interest. We're heading towards the peak of hurricane season. These are something we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on, because one or both of them and the ones behind them could potentially impact land, possibly even in the United States. So again, just stay tuned to the National Hurricane Center and here for your latest information. That's all for now. Chris 6 no further Catholic Media.